served in a lot of restaurants, right? All right, so let's do a rack of lamb. Again, I always go comparing it to beef just because I feel like people are more familiar with that. But out of beef, this would be a whole prime rib. Out of lamb, we call it a rack of lamb or lamb rack. So we've cut that section out. We've taken those chine bones off. Take these back bones out of here. And then we're gonna take, there's a little piece of elastin in there. That guy. You never want to eat that. You could tow a boat with this stuff. Never breaks down. So that always gets pulled out. And then we've got a little blade bone in here we're going to pull out. So. And then we're going to take this cap off. So this is where you get those lamb lollipop chops served in a lot of restaurants, right? If you were to cut it into chops. We're gonna leave it whole as a rack. So again, like the shanks, we're gonna French it. So I'm just gonna kind of mark where we're cutting here, keep it nice and even so it stays pretty. We pull that layer of meat off right there. And then we go between the bones and pull that meat off. All this gets cleaned up, and this is what we make our lamb sausages, ground lamb, that sort of stuff. Again, don't want to waste anything. Best use of the animal, of course. That's what butchers do. Basically just getting rid of that rib meat. It's super tasty. Not the most tender part. So this kind of is the fancy way to serve a lamb rib chop. Once we get that there, we're gonna try to get that right down to the bone by taking that membrane off, or at least loosening it all up there. Around all the sides. Same thing on the back. There's a membrane on there we want to get off because as you cook, any of that membrane is going to turn brown. It's going to kind of burn. It doesn't look so pretty once you get to this point. And then once it's there, we're going to take a clean towel and just get rid of all that stuff the best we can. Nice clean white bones. So if we're going to do that as a rack, we would tie that guy up just to make sure it cooks nice and evenly. If we're going to do lollipop chops, simply cut between the bones and you're good to go. Lollipop or Frenched rack of lamb.